Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. For those of you that are unaware, I review everything that gets released on Netflix. So if you're ever curious about a new movie, series or show, if you want to know if it's any good, come to my channel and I will let you know. So subscribe if you haven't. And today we're going to be talking about Vikings Valhalla, which is of course a spin-off to the incredibly popular series Vikings. And I have to say, this one blew me away. So the truth of the matter is I review a ton of stuff. I watch tons and tons of content. In fact, every time there's a new Netflix release, I watch it. So I'm constantly consuming different content. And it's actually just refreshing for me to be able to sit down and watch a series that I actually enjoy. And it was actually really upsetting watching this series because I wanted to watch it to enjoy it, not watch it to review it. And unfortunately, when it comes to watching stuff to review it, you're sitting there, you're watching it one after the other, you're moving forward, you're just consuming it all, you're analyzing it. And this was a series that I had so much fun watching. I was just thinking, damn, this would have been such a fun series to actually just sit down and watch with my fiance. But guys, that is just a testament to how much I enjoyed this series. The fact that I actually just wanted to sit back, relax, not worry about filming a review, not worry about editing anything, uploading anything, just sit down and watch the show. This was a lot of fun and it was incredibly enjoyable. But as I mentioned, it is a spin-off series to the original Vikings. So if you enjoyed that series, I would highly recommend this one. Hey guys, I just want to take this opportunity to shout out the sponsor for this video, Weeblit. You may have noticed my own light here at the bottom of the screen. I have to say you're going to be getting great value for money here. So Weeblit, you can check out their Instagram profile. Tons and tons of anime lights that you can buy if you're an anime fan. But where I find myself enjoying this product the most is the fact that you can order custom lights. And that is in fact how I got my YouTube logo in light form. But also I was able to get an Optimus Prime, and I can speak to the value of these products because in fact I bought one for my fiance as well. So if you are looking for something that can feed your anime addiction, or you're looking for something unique and customized to you, then definitely go check out Weeblit. But on to the rest of the review. But ultimately, we follow a group of Vikings who seek revenge for the murder of their clansmen. I think clansmen is the wrong word to use because a lot of them didn't even necessarily know each other. This was more of a retaliation because a group of Vikings was attacked and killed. And this is sort of like the Vikings coming together and standing up for themselves as a people. And I really enjoy stories like that, stories about coming together, putting aside differences and achieving a common goal. It's a story that I think the world needs more of because we're constantly pitting ourselves against one another. We need to learn to just come together, put our differences aside and pursue a common goal. No matter what that is, it's us coming together and pursuing something. And there's a lot in this series that I really enjoyed, and I think this series did really well. But the first and most impressive thing to me was the set design and the costumes. You honestly feel like you're being transported back in time to Europe and actually living with these Vikings. The sets are absolutely incredible. The costumes are absolutely incredible. In fact, actually talking about costumes, I'm going to use this opportunity to actually shout out my fiance who actually did a Eivor cosplay for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Vikings Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think they're similar enough that I can shout it out. But seriously, if you want to check out some good Viking content, jump across to her Instagram page as well as her YouTube channel. You'll see a lot of great stuff there. But honestly, the costumes in this series were incredible, left me speechless. I remember just sitting there going, wow, that is insane, that's cool, that's amazing. I've recently grown to respect a lot about costume making and set design, and this series did a great job of really bringing the ancient times to life on screen. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few people that sit there going, well, that isn't authentic and this didn't happen. But if you actually just switch off that part of your brain and just sit there and enjoy the series for what it is, you see the immersiveness of it all, then you're going to have a great time just watching something that looks absolutely incredible. I mentioned earlier that the series is about coming together and putting aside your differences. And I think that was a big theme that this series decided to tackle. It's differences. And I think a massive focus was actually definitely placed on religion because we have the pagan Vikings versus the Christian Vikings having to put aside their differences in order to achieve a common goal, which is always great to me because it was great to see these Vikings and their different views on the old ways and the new ways and the Christian ways, because ultimately they've all got a very similar culture, but it's their religious beliefs that are different, which is something I found incredibly interesting. And it was probably also one of my favorite parts about watching the series was understanding how all of these characters are thinking and how they view their religion and their importance on everyday life. But I think this is also where a very good example of the other comes into play. I'm not necessarily talking about racism or necessarily even tribalism, but just this idea that you will instantly distrust someone because they are different to you. This is something that the series deals with a lot, because again, you've got these Vikings who, for all intents and purposes, are the exact same people, but just have different religious beliefs. It's about them having to come together and put aside those differences. And I thought that was, just once again, a series. And I just think that, once again, that's a message that we really have to consume in today's climate, because we're so often divided for a wide variety of reasons, even though at the end of the day, we are all just people. So I think the series managed that beautifully, understanding, hey, you and me, we have a common goal, let's achieve it. Much like us in everyday life today, we have a common goal, we just want to survive. We want to get out of this incredibly tough predicament that we've got ourselves in the pandemic. Let's just get out of this, let's come together, let's find a conclusion, let's do it. And then of course, what would Vikings be without action? Thankfully, the action we get in this is incredibly brutal and intense, and it's very, very well choreographed, and the cinematography backs it up beautifully. You feel like you're there in the battle, experiencing everything, which is just always the best. If you're watching an action sequence where you're not feeling consumed by it, where you're not feeling invested in it, I feel like you completely missed the mark, because action, besides being a vehicle to carry the story forward, is also supposed to be entertainment based. And so if you're not entertained by the violence, by the action, then why are you watching an action series? But I think this series did it absolutely beautifully. It was amazing, it was powerful, it was gritty, and it was brutal. And then just the two final points I want to end off on this design. Absolutely beautiful sound design. A lot of the soundtracks gave me goosebumps in the more intense scenes. And then finally, just incredibly well-written characters. The script was great and really gave us a lot of well-developed characters, and you can see their progression throughout the series. And a lot of them had very diverse reasons for doing what they believe that they're doing is right. And that is another thing I enjoy, because we have a few different protagonists, all of them having different developments and different drives and different motivations. And so you're able to connect with them on different levels and figure out who you want to be your favorite character. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I would highly recommend this series to anyone across the board, because I thought it was absolutely brilliantly executed. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in another video. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. I really do appreciate it. If you did and you want to watch more of my content, then quickly subscribe. But I want to let you know about the podcast that I'm busy running over on Zapcast's YouTube channel. If you are a content creator wanting to learn, then check out the ABCs of content creation. And if you are a nerd like me, check out the weekly Fundamentals.